Hey,
Hello.
did you know that someone who has cancer is like a failing economy?
Really? How so?
Well, you see, people who have cancer begin to show signs and symptoms of the illness.
So what are the signs of a failing economy then?
Well, the first major sign of a failing economy is the unemployment rate will rise, then the country's debt will go up, and then the GDP will lower. But keep in mind, these are just a few of the signs of the beginning of a failing economy.
Wow, that's very interesting. Tell me more.
Well, in economics, when supply goes down, demand goes up, or when supply goes up, demand goes down.
So, how does that relate to cancer?
When someone has cancer, their white blood cell count will go down as the illness increases. This causes the person and everybody related to them to panic. But when the white blood cell count goes up and the illness goes down, everybody is happy.
That actually makes a lot of sense. What about the wants and needs of a failing economy and the wants and needs of someone who has cancer? How are they related?
Well, in an economy, everybody wants more money, but what they need is to get out of debt.
What about the wants and needs of a cancer patient?
Well, I assume they would want to do all kinds of stuff like going to the beach, seeing a movie with friends, maybe even playing a basketball game.
And their needs would be to get treatment and medicine for their illness, right?
Exactly. I can see you're catching on.
I am, but I'm also a little confused.
What are you confused about?
Well, there are so many different types of cancers. How can you relate them all to a failing economy?
Well, think about it this way: there are many different types of cancer, right? Well, there are also different types of economic systems as well, such as the traditional, market, command, and a mixed economy.
How do they relate to someone who has cancer?
Well, different types of cancer attack different types of people. This could be due to race, gender, the area that they live, and so on. They will attack different areas of the body, causing different problems, and are more or less life-threatening, which would determine how much freedom the person who has cancer has over their body. The different economic systems run things differently. Like, for instance, there is the command economy, where the government makes all the decisions. And then there is the market economy, which is characterized by private ownership of the means of production, and supply and demand are responsible for the price and allocation decisions.
Oh, I get it. So since there are so many different types of cancers, the doctors have different treatments that can be used to help them. And then with the different economic systems, they have different ways of getting out of debt.
Exactly.
Are there any other ways how someone who has cancer is related to a failing economy?
Well, sure there are. For instance, in a failing economy there is a scarcity of many things like money, food, oil, and so on.
What are the scarcities for a person who has cancer?
Well, in most cases there will be a scarcity of white blood cells and other things that run the body. There may also unfortunately be a scarcity of medicine for the patient.
Oh, I see. So can someone who has cancer relate to the factors of production of a failing economy?
Well, sure. There are 3 factors of production: land, labor, and capital. Labor, for instance, is work that individuals or groups perform to make a product. And capital is the building that these machines are in to make the product.
So basically, people do labor in order to make medicine for the cancer patient, and capital is the hospital that the patient is in, where the medicine is being created and given to them. But if the economy is failing, won't there be less money and people to make the medicine for their treatment?
Sadly, yes. Actually, did you know that in 2008 cancer's economic total was $895 billion? This is actually equivalent to 1.5% of the world's domestic product.
Wow, that's a lot of money, but it's for a good cause. And thanks for the tidbit.
You're welcome.
So, if you really think about it, someone who has cancer is just like a failing economy, in the sense that if the economy doesn't get out of debt, everybody is affected and gets hurt. And a person with cancer gets more sick if they don't get treatment. And the relatives of that person will also be affected.
That is right. And remember, a failing economy goes through different stages to get better, just like a cancer patient goes through different stages of treatment to get better.
I never thought that a person with cancer could be connected to a failing economy.
A lot of things can be related to the economy.
Sweet.
Well, I gotta go. I have an audition for the new X-Men movie.
Pa, he doesn't have a chance.